Suzuki.
This is what, the 195th Japanese top 8 or something? 331st?
Yeah, I had the over-under set at exactly 3 before the tournament. 3 Japanese players in the top 8. Like, I think if you put it at 2.5, you'd obviously bet the over. If you put it at 3.5, you bet the under, so it was a push.
I'm really anxious to see Suzuki's deck. So we see another empty the Warrens now.
So Suzuki's got a couple of suspended guys. Which guys are those?
Those both look like water breathers. Viscera Deepwalkers. Are they?
Suzuki's also got a sudden shock and an empty the Warrens.
Are they synchronized to come in on the same turn?
No, they're not. They will turn apart.
John Becker's leaning over, giving Suzuki a quick tutorial on how to use the play mats. Get his deck over to the correct spot.
So Care Keep is in the hand of Takeru Suzuki.
A lot of unusual cards in Suzuki's deck.
I haven't seen Care Keep in play.
I'm really anxious to see the deck list.
Yeah, empty the Warrens, Parisian Totem. Gotta make a totem here, right?
Yep.
Meanwhile, Villieto with a relatively straightforward red-green beatdown deck. It's got a couple of Thalids going on. Crunch is over for 2.
This can get out of hand pretty quickly if he gets his Sporso or Thalid. But it's a numbers pattern.
It's a numbers pattern. Probably a sigh of relief from Suzuki that was not a Sporso or Thalid. Deepwalker's now 1 and 2 turns away. How many cards?
A new card from... Let's see what that card is.
The blue card. Stormcloud Chin.
Giant Fly.
Hadn't gotten a good look at Edel's hand.
She can eventually punch through the spider in a couple of attacks.
Sure.
It's pretty painful though.
He's got nothing to block with though.
Right, we talked about that yesterday on the podcast. I had forgotten that the Stormcloud Jin is not able to block non-flyers. Doesn't look like Willie has forgotten that.
Sends the spider. Doesn't want to.
And
doesn't even plan to block. Comes over for 4, dropping Suzuki to 14.
He's holding a cockatrice in his hand, so
that's what got to be the right play here, right?
Yep.
There is Cockatrice. Cockatrice? That one's been around for a while. We should know how to pronounce it.
I think it's cockatrice.
Haven't had to in a while, I guess.
I mean, really didn't need to even then, right? Although it's been surprisingly solid, and every time I've seen it show up, it's pretty good. It just, I mean, it breaks the color pie,
yeah,
right?
It's a green flyer.
It's like a spider that's actually can go on offense.
Right. I believe Takeru forgot to count down the other Deepwalker.
And the Deepwalker should be on 1, which he quickly fixes. How do you feel about the Deepwalker, Andy?
That's actually, if I don't like it. It bothers me. The whole water breathing thing.
You're talking about from a story? I mean, you don't like the water breathing mechanic? I just don't like the card as a player. I'm not very excited by it. I'm not really happy with it in my decks.
I think it's, I mean, as a card, I think you run it. I mean, it's cheap. It fills out sort of the, when you get it on the first turn or 2 of the game, it becomes relevant. It's pretty good. I mean, I run it. The whole water breathing thing, I never understood.
So Suzuki's going to shoot the Germinator.
Yeah, so he had, and now here comes Empty the Warrens, right?
And here comes Empty the Warrens for 6 tokens.
Yep. I'm not sure that the Germinator is what he really wanted to use the sudden shock on, but the extra bribe of 2 1/1s got the job done.
He's hodgepodging together a collection of tokens.
6 of them. All right, and he ships the turn. So Suzuki is all in, right? No cards in hand?
Yep, no, he's out.
Edel went ahead and took the opportunity to take 3 counters off the
Shell Dweller.
Yep. So, a Shell Dweller with 1 counter, a Cockatrice. What's the other creature that Edel has?
Penumbra Spider?
A Penumbra Spider and a Salad. Squaring off against 6 Goblins. A Deep Walker that's about to come back out again.
Pretty exciting hand here for Willie with the...
Oh, and he's sudden deaths.
No, Strangling Set.
Oh, Strangling Set. Oh, and he's got the Swamp, right?
Yep.
His red-green deck has, I think, 1 Swamp and a couple ways to go get it to flash back that Strangling Set.
By a couple of ways, you mean 3 search for tomorrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good couple of ways.
I think his deck looks fantastic.
This is the big game, though. This is game 5, and it's
unclear who's going to win
No, it's
this.
not at all clear who's going to win this.
He doesn't have, any creatures here who are exactly fleet of foot. They're all sort of defensive, cumbersome. He's got a 0/5, a 2/4. He's got a 1/1, and he's got another 2/4. It's like a team full of catchers. But Suzuki's not really seeing a way through. Not without giving
How many
up a
islands
bunch
does he
of
have?
tokens.
I mean, if he had a couple...
Looks like he only has 1.
Right. That's his problem.
And that's what you get a little bit for the Kirk Heap.
Oh, Parisian Totem.
Oh, here comes everybody.
Smash. Wow. Interesting. Sends the whole team. Activates the totem, sends both Water Breathers. All 6 tokens. All right. Looks like the 0/5 is going to block the 4/4. Water Breather is going to die and... Yeah, I mean, I think Suzuki knows he's going to lose something here, but he's got all those extra tokens. So
7, 8. He's going to get in for 9 here.
9, 11.
Yeah, gets in for 9. So 12 to 11. He does lose a Water Breather in the process.
But all Willie can do is crack back for 4.
That was a really smart attack by Suzuki. I didn't see it. I mean, it didn't look like the kind of board where you just Alpha Strike.
Yeah, it really limits Edel's options.
Right, no, I mean, he lost the 1 Deep Walker, but...
He's going to be able to flash back the Strangling Set on the other Deep Walker. I guess maybe part of it was Suzuki felt he had to just get his big blow in when it was going to be...
I mean, he also forces the action, right? Now suddenly Cockatrice is no longer attacking. The life totals are more even. He's going to sort of force... He can force Edel's hand on the Strangling Set. Hey, let's go down to John Becker on the floor to get an update on the match between Saito and Merkel. What's going on in Game 4, John?
Hi guys, that was exactly the kind of draw that Jan was looking for there. He came in with a turn 2 suspended Ephemeron off a Chromatic Star to get another card. Cast turn 3, Call of the Herd. Flashback turn 4, Call of the Herd. And it was just too much too early for Saito to keep up with. It was about a 7-turn game, and that was it.
Wow. So Merkel evens it at 2 apiece.
2 apiece.
So they're going to Game 5 as well.
I'll keep
Exciting quarterfinals.
Flashback Strangling Set on the Deep Walker at the end of Suzuki's turn.
0 in your hand.
And Verdant Embrace on the
Oh,
Cockatrice.
Verdant Embrace on Cockatrice. Suddenly, that's 5 power worth of flying, and it creates all the blockers that Willie Edel's going to need.
I mean, that's what's so exciting about Edel's deck, because he just has all these cards he can just rip off the top, and they're just going to
Disintegrate,
completely
Verdant
dominate
Embrace.
the game.
So Takahiro Suzuki, he looks like the real deal. He's played well. He's forced this to Game 5.
He's making a Kirk Heap token.